Hey guys, what's up? I was asked to make a video talking about the current fighting meta in this game, and to be honest, not much changed ever since the last update. Mainly two things. One was the nerf to the pistol ammo, and since this is the best secondary weapon in the game, not just that, but the weapon with the highest damage per second in the whole game out of all the fighting weapons. Of course, nerfing the ammo is gonna be like overall like a cause like a difference in the meta. At least for certain classes, because this can be easily countered by just bringing ammo bags. So in the classes that you can carry ammo bags, it's not much of a nerf. It doesn't really change what you should do if you want to like just play it the most effective way as the fighting. You just bring ammo bags and bring the pistol, and you can still take advantage of this very deadly combination of high damage and high fire rate. But in classes like Isabelle, which is like, I mean, Isabelle is the worst class in the game for the fighting. It's funny because now, because of this change, she's actually worse now. Like, the gap between Isabelle and support class is now higher, because support class can still like just bring ammo bags and can still use the pistol as much as he wants. While for the Isabelle, if you want to run the meta for damage, it's more limited. So you won't be able to use the pistol because, I mean, at least unless you're playing with other people. If you're playing alone, which I think is the case for most people play fighting alone, you won't have really teammates to bring ammo bags for you. If you're playing together with other people, sure, you can use any class you want. If you have like someone that is playing support and is bringing ammo bags for you, it doesn't really affect. So it's not much of an overall nerf. Like, it doesn't really change much. Change for people that play alone. Right now, it's better to just not use a class. If you want to use the pistol, just bring a class with ammo bags. So it limits the usage of certain classes. Like, so no more Isabelle. Dutch 87 with the pistol was a very deadly combination because he did more hip fire damage, and that's usually how you use the pistol. But right now, because of the nerf, like, I just started using the submachine gun. Pistol with Dutch is very good, but unless you have someone that can bring ammo for you, it's just gonna run out of ammo fast. So I just started using the submachine gun. But I don't think this much of a... I don't think this is what they should have done. They should have just nerfed the pistol damage, because that was the main problem. By nerfing the ammo, sure, you're gonna limit the usage of it, but people that can bring ammo bags are still gonna be able to use it just as easily. They're just gonna prioritize bringing ammo bag over medikits, over scanners, anything else, or not use classes that cannot carry ammo bags at all. So I really don't think this was a good idea. Other nerf that they did to the fighting was that they increased the perk cost of Gearhead, which is one of the meta perks in the game. The meta perks are Gearhead and Thick Skin. Using them together in, I mean, most classes tends to be like the most optional, most effective way to play as a fighting, because Thick Skin makes you tankier, you get 25% more HP, and Gearhead increases the gear uses, all gear that you have by 1. But that gives you one more Siret. Having one more Siret increases your survivability by a lot. Having more HP, same thing. So this is like a very meta combination for most classes, or pretty much like if you can bring this combination, you're just gonna get super tanky. And I think that was a big problem, because the fighting in the game, even with these nerfs, which were, to be honest, very minimal, I don't think this is really enough. And right now, the Predator nerfs in the last update, they were actually worse. So if you're gonna compare the fighting nerfs to the Predator nerfs, the Predator is actually in a worse spot than it was before. Fireteam was nerfed a little bit, but the Predator was nerfed a lot, so right now it's like maybe one of the worst times to ever play as a Predator in this game. But for the Fireteam, sure, you cannot bring, like before, what I would use here, I would put Action Hero here, so I would improve it in my accuracy. But still, in certain classes, you can still bring this combination, but in the classes that you cannot have it, this combination, like the classes with lower perk points, they are nerfed. So I would say, because by doing this, they kind of nerfed, let's say, they nerfed Isabelle, they nerfed maybe I Scout, no. They nerfed Isabelle, Assault, Dutch classes like a little bit, but to be honest, I'm starting to feel that it's easier to hip fire now than before. So I don't even need Action Hero on my Dutch anymore. I don't know if it's just me or anyone got this impression, but I don't feel the need to use Action Hero. Like, I think that it feels like hip firing in this game is now easier than before. So for me, it's not really affecting. I'm just bringing what I did before and not bringing Action Hero anymore, because I feel like I don't need it. So for most classes, you're still going to be running the meta combination, which was primary weapon. You're either going to bring the Hammerhead Assault Rifle, which is the best one. It has a good combination of damage, accuracy, fire rate, range, just overall. It has the underbarrel grenade launcher. So overall, has been the best Assault Rifle in this game ever since it was added in 2020. Or you can bring the South Sniper, which is still very effective, can take out the Predator Mask in 2 shots. Very overall good for damage. Usually like takes like between 6 to 8 sniper shots to second win the Predator. So primary weapon, no changes. It's still gonna be the same meta as before, Hammerhead and Sniper. And so that's like the weapon that you're gonna put on any class that you want. For the secondary, now there is the change. Like I say, if you're playing alone, you might want to go for the submachine gun. And also, if you're a class like you don't have ammo bags, bring the submachine gun. So let's say Isabelle. Isabelle, way to play with her right now would be to use the sniper, the submachine gun. Specializations, you always want to go for damage. So here, sniper is clearly the best option for Isabelle. Gear, like Sirettes, either grenades or HGs are fine. For the perks, now you cannot bring Gearhead and Thick Skin together on Isabelle. So for me, in my opinion, I think that the light classes, they need Thick Skin more than they need Gearhead. You could put Gearhead here if you wanted to. However, Isabelle, Scout, Recon, they are classes with lower HP. You can get down there really fast. You can get even one-shotted. Like, you can just take a charger plasma shot on you. And if you don't have Thick Skin, you're probably gonna get one-shotted. So I would say that it's safer on the lighter classes to use Thick Skin instead of Gearhead. In tanker classes that they don't need much more HP to be able to survive longer against the Predator, it's better to use Gearhead so they can increase resources to help the fight in general. But if you're gonna play like Isabelle, Scout, or Recon, just bring Thick Skin just so you don't get one-shotted. There's no point in bringing more gear if you're just gonna get one-shotted, you know, if you're just gonna be downed easier and you're gonna be just die faster by the Predator, you know. So you need something to prevent the Predator from killing you. And in a light class specifically, just using Thick Skin is the best option. And if you want to stack Thick Skin with this perk here, that take less damage from the Predator is better. And then 2 points left, you can bring Action Hero or anything else. I mean, the best perks in the game are Thick Skin and Gearhead, but after those two, which are like my top two, I would say Tracker. But Tracker is mainly good only using on the Recon. Double Time is good, but also it's better to use Double Time on classes that have more HP, so you don't get one-shotted. So it's good, but it's better to just use it on classes like maybe Dutch, Dante. Assault, debatable. I think the Thick Skin is overall better on Assault because you need more HP. It's not as tanky. Tracker is very OP, but mainly on the Recon because it stacks with its passive, so you can have a longer spotting. Other classes, I don't feel like it's that useful. Fast Hands is a good perk. Mainly if you only have like 1 point left, you can use that. So Isabelle, I would say, best build is this one. Let's say Scout. I think that the previous best build I would use on Scout is still like the best option for it, which is like use Double Time so you can get even faster, Thick Skin so you don't get one-shotted, Action Hero so you can use the pistol. Yeah, on the Scout, I think it's the only class that you cannot bring ammo bags that is still okay to use the pistol, because I mean, the only reason to use the Scout is to use Duelist with the pistol. Like, that's like the only reason, because you take advantage of the pistol increased damage with Duelist, and you just chase around the Predator, so using Double Time so you can get faster. If you're gonna play with the Scout, you need to chase the Predator. That's like the whole point of the Scout. Otherwise, just bring another class. But Scout is mainly good to be able to dodge the Predator weapons with the Double Time, just chasing after. But for Scout, it's still the same. And Duelist gives you also more ammo for the pistol, so you won't be in such a disadvantage in regards to the ammo. 40... Wait, where's my loadout? Okay, 40 Recon. Recon Sniper is still good. Right now, I would say use the submachine gun. So it's like an overall nerf to the Recon Tracker meta, which this one here is a double nerf, because you cannot bring... If you can try bring... oh yeah, actually you can. You cannot bring Gearhead, Thick Skin, and Tracker together, which was the meta for the Recon before. Wait, let me take this out. Tracker on the Recon is very OP. It's one of the reasons why this is a S-tier class. So you can have like infinite spotting for the Predator, like a wall hack. And you cannot put Gearhead, which was the meta. So instead of Gearhead, what I've been using right now was this perk. So it's a double nerf, because Recon, or if you're playing alone, if you're gonna use the Recon, it's better to not use the pistol because you won't have ammo for it. So bring the submachine gun, so he doesn't have like a meta for this secondary weapon anymore. And you cannot bring Gearhead, so you're gonna have one less threat. So it's kind of a nerf for the lone players that play Recon Tracker, so you won't be able to be as OP as before. You won't be able to have Gearhead, you won't be able to have the pistol. But still, I think that Recon is still like the IS tier, just because the Tracker. Tracker is so OP that in this class, even without the pistol, even without Gearhead, is still like IS tier, in my opinion. Again, specialization is always the same. You always go 41 for damage. And like also weapons, like I said before, always Sniper or Hammerhead, whatever you prefer using. Assault class. Assault class, I would say, oh, I already have like a build that I can show. I would say I prefer using Thick Skin on Assault. Either Deadly or Fanatic, I think they're good for damage overall. If you're gonna use the Sniper, just reuse Fanatic or Reckless, then, because Deadly only works for Assault rifles. But I would say this is a good build. I prefer using Thick Skin over Gearhead on Assault because he doesn't have much HP. And then only with 4 points left, I usually like to use action hero or quick release, just so I can reload faster. When I empty my clip on the Predator, I can just get my next clip already full. Action hero, so I can hip fire even easier. And I tend to use the pistol a lot of times. You can try to use the minigun now, right? Yeah, that was something I was gonna mention. The minigun is actually good now, but it runs out of ammo very fast. So in classes that you cannot bring ammo bags, I don't think it's gonna be a good idea. So I would say it's the same approach as with the pistol. If you can bring ammo bags, I would say you can use either the minigun or the pistol, because the damage per second of them is still very high. I would say minigun is specifically on classes, but I think that the minigun requires more you having action hero, because otherwise the bullet spread is gonna be much higher. So I would say if you're gonna want to go for the minigun build, use Fanatic, and also, oh yeah, you're gonna have to have a different build. You're gonna have to have like a combination like this. You need not only action hero so that the bullets don't spread so much, but also multitasker so you can move faster while you're running the minigun, you know. Then for the other perk, I think that thick skin is better than Yaocha Bane. Even here, I think that I like Yaocha Bane was just to see the damage, but I still think that I would just use thick skin instead. You can try bring double time so you can move faster, but I think that thick skin is safer, because if the Predator tries to attack you or you're using the minigun, you're gonna be able to last longer while using thick skin. You can try, I think that it's possible to even use Gearhead in this situation. So you can have more ammo bags and more turrets. But still, like, your HP as assault is not very high, so it's more risky. But any of these combinations are good. I mean, Gearhead and Thick Skin are still, like, for most classes, the best perks to use. And now, whatever you have with the remaining points, you can just use, like, usually action hero, quick release are good. Multitasker is only good if you're gonna run a minigun build, but that's mainly good for assault. Dutch 87 might be good with the minigun, because he has more hipfire damage. When you usually, with the minigun, you always hip firing. However, he cannot carry ammo bags, so you might need someone for it. And you need action hero. You need to put action hero on Dutch if you're gonna use the minigun build. Same thing with Dutch 2025. Dutch 2025 also was kind of like a nerf. This is like the second worst class in the game. And nerfing the pistol and nerfing the Gearhead affects this class, because I would also use Thick Skin and Gearhead on Dutch 2025. However, this is not like a meta class. I think this class should actually be buffed, but I think they should buff the gear or the perk points on this class, because it doesn't make sense for this class to be weaker than Dutch 87. But for Dutch 2025, I would just play it the same way as Assault, minus the pistol. The perk combinations are the same ones, but just overall, like, just the same thing as the other ones. It's like pretty much the same thing, guys. Dutch 87 has this knife build, which I think is pretty good. If you want to focus on melee, just killing predators that come up close to you with a knife, you can use this combination. Thick Skin and training it together so you can survive longer against the predator, you can take more damage, and Heavy Hitter for insane damage. However, if the predator is not using melee, this build is off for naught. That's why I usually prefer just using Thick Skin and Gearhead. Heavy Hitter is very OP, but the predator needs to use melee against you. If the predator is using ranged weapons, it's not gonna work, so it's more like situation. It's a meta build for melee in the game. It's like the best one for melee. However, it's only good against predators that use melee. If the predator is using ranged, it's not really the meta, you know. Let's see which remaining classes we have. Oh yeah, support and Dante. I think those are like, this was a nerf to the Dante class by the Gearhead nerf, you know. Because now if you use Gearhead on Dante, you cannot put it with Thick Skin, which you could before. So you're gonna be more limited here. You can put Action Hero or for ammo if you want. You can try to use the Prepper perk to increase ammo, so you can still use the pistol on Dante. But also, I mean, Dante can bring ammo back, so you don't even need this. You can just maybe use Quick Release, so you can reload faster with the pistol. And Dante is already pretty tanky. He mainly because of his passive of sprint damage resistance. So all he runs, he takes 20% less damage. So with him, you might not even need to use Thick Skin, you know. So this is already a very good combination, because you can have the ammo, so you can use the pistol as much as you want. You can have more turrets. Very OP with Dante. I mean, Dante is still very OP. He's still ass tier. Even without using Gearhead and Thick Skin together, he's still very OP. Other combination that you can use on here can be Thick Skin. I think that is Action Hero, or no, this one here for reduction damage. He just gets stupid tanky while using this. Or instead of Thick Skin, since he's already so tanky, you don't even need to use Thick Skin. You can bring double time so you can move faster. So by doing this, he's like a super scout. He's like He's almost, I mean, his scout is still faster, but he's like a tankier scout that can bring more gear. So very OP. I mean, if you're gonna talk about the pure absolute meta for the Fireteam, because I'm trying to talk about the best builds for each class, but the meta is still gonna be the same. You use Dante, use support field medic. Support is even like more necessary now than before. Like he's even more. People are gonna want to use him more just because of the ammo bags. So you can bring ammo bags, ammo for the pistol, and Recon tracker. The meta is gonna be still the same. It's just that unless the Recon has a support to bring ammo for him, he won't be able to use the pistol. But if you have like the meta combination for fighting, for example, is gonna be maybe a Recon tracker, 2 supports, field medic, and 1 Dante fanatic. That's like a OP combination. And in this combination for the fighting, all of them can bring pistol anyway, because there's gonna be ammo bags for everyone. You know, you just have like 2 players using support field medic, especially with gearhead. I mean, I think that if there's 2 supports, you don't need gearhead because that's gonna be like 6 ammo bags. And if you have like a Dante bring ammo bags, that's gonna be 9 ammo bags. I don't think you even need that much ammo, but I would say maybe thick skin. So with thick skin, support becomes so stupid tanky that it's just like, it's just broken. And you need to remember that this support gives damage resistance to the other players of 20%. So if you have 2 supports, they're gonna give damage resistance to each other. So when they have thick skin, pretty much like the Predator is gonna have to do like over 200 damage to be able to down a support. 2 supports together with thick skin. So I would say 2 supports with thick skin with this combination, Recon tracker, with this Perk combination here, so he can get even tankier, and then a Dante fanatic. That's just very OP. That would be like the actual Fireteam meta. Everybody running Soul Sniper or Hammerhead, Assault Rifle, using the pistol, and that's it. Like, the Predator is pretty much like screwed in this situation. Or you can have 1 player instead of, on the Recon tracker, instead of the pistol, you can bring PDL, so you can spot the Predator easier. And that this all works with the tracker. So every time the Predator gets spotted with PDL, he's gonna get spotted for 9 seconds, so Fireteam meta is pretty much like the same. The meta for pre-made is the same. Like, nothing changed in regards to playing with a full team. The combination is still gonna be the same one, because the nerf for the pistol doesn't really matter if you're playing on a pre-made. The nerf to gearhead does, but it's not much. Like, the Fireteam is still so OP that even without gearhead, it's still very OP. Like, it doesn't make that much of a difference, you know. But while playing playing like a Fireteam solo, if you're playing alone, that's mainly what the nerf was. Like, they made it like a little bit harder for people that play Fireteam alone to play. While, I mean, playing Fireteam with other people is just like now easier than ever, especially with the Predator nerfs. But that was pretty much it, like, guys. There's not much to go for. Like, the meta in this game is pretty much the same. Here's another build that I was asked to use. And yeah, with the minigun, minigun build with the support. Action hero, multitasker is a good combination. You need action hero so the bullets don't spread out so much. Multitasker so you can move faster. And I mean, supports are pretty tanky, but I decided to put the Perk here so I can take even less damage. This here is a very actually okay build with the support, because you're so tanky that, like, if the Predator comes close to you, the minigun does a lot of damage and you're tanky, so it just melee is not gonna work against a class like this. The Predators are forced even more to use ranged now, and the problem is that ranged weapons are nerfed, so the Predators are forced to use range. However, the ranged weapons, they're not as effective as before, so it's like I don't even know how Predator is supposed to play in this game right now. I mean, there are like workways around it. I would say probably still the best option against the Fireteam, especially like this combination that I mentioned. If they are stacking support, best way to play is using the disc, because with support, since they are slower, it's gonna be easier to hit with the disc. So best option might be for that, but now the disc is easier to destroy. So it's another problem, but still, I would say playing careful with the disc is probably the best option for the Predator to be able to counter the Fireteam meta. But that was pretty much it, guys. If you guys have any questions, just drop down in the comment section.